We're speaking this morning to Ken and Vin. They're co-owners or co-founders of Kapas Living. Thank you so much, Ken and Vin, for joining us this morning on the Light Breakfast.
Thank you for having us. It's great to be here.
Now, can you tell us a little bit about your life before this entire COVID-19 pandemic and before the MCO? What were you both working as, or have you just finished studies, or what was it?
So I think both of us, we started this company called Plush Services about 4.5 years ago. And we were riding on the whole Airbnb trend where we were helping owners manage their homes for them. And we grew pretty big. I think we're 200 units now. But as you know, COVID has not been very fun. It's quite bad in terms of bookings, and so we need to find another way to make sure we continue to keep our staff and make sure everything keeps running. So
How about you? Yeah. And Vin, how about yourself before Plush Services?
Oh, I used to be an investment banker, so I worked for Rothschild, Barclays, and Macquarie before that.
Right, because we saw it online on the website that you were a sleep deprived. What was it that you actually put online? What did you say?
I don't remember. There's so many things online now. But yes, I was pretty sleep deprived then. I mean, we were working until I think 12 a.m. was quite a norm. I don't think I left the office before 10 every night. So this is a different kind of challenge, I think, after that when we started Plush Services. And then now Kapas.
What was the inspiration behind starting a business together at that time, 5 years ago?
Oh, I think when we first started, we were doing it for ourselves, right? So I think in 2016 probably, it was actually when I got pregnant. So we were thinking of what else can we do, and then we had an extra room, so we started Airbnb that way. We started doing it for ourselves, and then it slowly bankrolled because then we had friends asking us to do it for them, and then before you knew it, it was 200 units.
Wow. Ken, what was the inspiration behind Plush Services at that time? I mean, what motivated you to want to go into business with your sister?
I think end of the day was just very bored. Needed more things to do in life. Then look at this Airbnb hosting thing. It looks quite fun. And then the only person I could convince was my sister. So
were you also in the corporate line before you started your own business?
Yeah. I was working with Novo Nordisk, and we were basically doing marketing across in Denmark, and then in Indonesia and Singapore, and then we came back to Malaysia. And then we decided to try it out. But then I got a bit bored, and then tried new challenges, right? So started Plush Services, and then here we are today.
But how challenging is it to work with a sibling? Have you both always had good relationship?
It was pretty bad at the start.
Oh, really?
How bad? I think we fought a lot, but I think as siblings, I think you get over it because you're so used to fighting that.
I think it's pretty hard because I think at the start, because both of us pretty high standards, right? And I expect her to do quite a lot, and she expects me to do quite a lot. And then end of the day, you're never happy unless you're the one who gets it done. So we learned to separate roles quite a bit after that, right?
But generally, though, people always say never get into business with family. But in your case, Ken, you were saying the first person that you wanted to convince was your sister to get into business.
Well, you kind of need to trust the person you work with, right? So I know she's got pretty good standards. So she's probably as high as the standards get. So it'd be best to convince her, right?
But aren't you worried that if the business arguments, and then doesn't it get into the family as well?
I think we're quite logical people. So just don't let too much emotions get involved, and then if you do something wrong, just quickly apologize or whatever, and just get it over and done with, and just move on.
How about you, Vin? When Ken approached you about this business idea, what went through your mind at the time?
Yeah, I mean, we were quite skeptical about working together because we knew our personalities are very, very different, even though we are siblings. But I think at the end of the day, he's probably one of the people who you trust the most, right? I mean, who else can you trust, really? And it's actually vital, right? because when you have somebody you can trust, it really makes a difference.
Yeah. Now, let's talk about Kapas Living. It's a brand new business that you've both ventured into. How difficult has it been to start a business again from scratch in this time of pandemic?
So, like how we did Plush, so now we're doing everything on our own again. So everything from the marketing to the photography to the video shoots, the photo shoots, everything. It's a whole new learning curve all over again. So yeah, it's not it's fun, it's challenging, and we get super excited when we get sales. So
But is Plush still running, Plush Services?
Yeah, I mean, it's not really from scratch. I guess Kapas is more of a spin-off. It still sits under Plush Services. And yes, Plush still works. It's just, I guess we also have staff who help us with Kapas in that sense. So it's not completely from zero, but it feels like it's from zero.
Yeah, because both of you don't have like retail or e-commerce background, right?
Oh. We didn't
yeah,
have tourism or hospitality backgrounds either. So it doesn't really matter. I think you can learn anything right now. So I
Yeah.
think at the end of the day, I think we trust ourselves the most.
Now, why bed sheets though? Out of the billions of products out there that you can sell, why did bed sheets become the chosen product?
so I don't know have you ever gone to like the departmental stores and bought bed sheets, and then you'd see things like 70% off, 50% off, 80% off, and it's like, oh my god, the sales are so great.
Yeah.
And then you'd see things like, oh, 1,200 trade count, and the higher the trade count, the better it must be.
Yeah.
And at the end of the day, you buy the sheets and you're like, holy, this doesn't feel good at all, right?
Yeah.
So we wanted to cut through all the marketing jargon and basically get people really good sheets for a fair price. And that's why we figured, hey, there's this big gap in the market. I think the buying experience is pretty bad, and people deserve to get good sheets at fair prices. So
Oh, was
yeah.
it because you went to it wasn't because you saw all these discounts, right? Was it because you went to multiple places and you've been sleeping on really bad sheets that it just kind of kicked in?
Oh, we initially bought it for our homestays, right?
Ah.
And then the sheets they either wouldn't last very long, or they were really, really expensive. And it just kind of didn't really make sense. And you didn't really know what you're buying, because at the end of the day, 1,200, 800, you get so confused. And you basically end up buying stuff that you're not very happy with.
Mm.
So then we did a little bit more deeper research and stuff like that. And we found that, basically the markups are really high for what people are selling out there. And
Yeah.
we wanted to basically cut all that.
So when I buy all these sheets,
800 thread
Yeah.
count, 1,002 thread count. Is it
are they
really
lying or what?
that many, like that many thread counts?
Vin?
Well, I think I think anything above 650 is probably a marketing. It's all in marketing, because what they do is they'll weave the threads together, and they'll weave not good threads together, and then they will put it through, right? So what you're actually looking for is the quality of cotton that they use. So what we use is extra long staple cotton, which is very different from what you will see in the market, which they just use short staple cotton. So it's really key.
Okay.
How did you find this cotton?
Well, we know our bed sheets. We are in the hospitality line, so we buy a lot of bed sheets, just for ourselves, right? And we test them on like various. We've tried everything, We've tried everything from poly blends to like tencel to cotton and mixtures of different cottons, and we found that actually, what we really like is just go back to the basics, just 100% extra long staple cotton, and that's what works the best.
That's what I've been doing wrong. I'm a sucker for good marketing. Every time they say Egyptian cotton, I buy it.
Yeah.
So is that wrong?
Well, Egyptian cotton just means it comes from Egypt. There's really no difference on it doesn't actually tell you anything. Sure, most of it is like good cotton, but it doesn't tell you that it's long staple cotton, right?
Right,
Just
okay.
tells you it's from Egypt. Same with Supima, just tells you it's from the US. So,
Yeah.
hmm,
But the
I
thing
don't
is,
know.
I'm thinking bed sheet, right? You just sleep on it. That's it. Like, why pay so much attention to buying the best bed sheet there is out there?
Well, you spend 8 hours of your life sleeping every day. So,
Or less.
oh, yeah, or less. But maybe there's a reason you're sleeping less.
Oh,
But
that's true.
but actually, it really makes a huge difference. If you've tried good sheets, if you've ever tried good sheets, it's so different.
Ken, what do you think?
Well, I think a lot of people say buy a really great mattress, right? But I think they forget that the first thing they're actually touching is the sheets. So if you actually felt really good sheets, and it's quite nice to just flounder around in the bed and you feel how soft it is. It is quite nice once you get the hang of it.
So now that the both of you have found the secret ingredient to the best sheets there is, so both of you get very good sleep at night.
Pretty much, we're still using the samples that we got.
Samples
Yeah.
from
So we spent like a full year like testing all the materials. So like back and forth. Okay, this sample is too thick. This is too thin. Kind of felt like Goldilocks, like going through all the full range. Like, oh, this is too soft, too thick, too hard. And well, it took us a full year to come up with with the right product mix, I guess.
Yeah.
And we have a whole ton of samples now that we are using that for ourselves.
Ken's breaking up.
Yeah.
Uh,
Your microphone is it on your mic? Is it on your headphones or?
on the headphones. I think I was just moving the thing a bit. Is it okay now?
Yeah, seems
Yeah.
to be okay.
Okay.
Yeah.
Oh, so you have all the samples at home that you've tried for the past year,
Yes.
and you purchased all these with your own funding?
Yes. We funded this completely from ourselves and basically also from Plush's account.
Okay. Now, what are some of the challenges then when you first started this business?
Well, we don't have tech experience, so basically, I built the website. So
You built the website, Vin.
oh yeah, I mean, we actually hired someone to help us, but it really didn't turn out like what we expected. So at the end of the day, we ended up doing it ourselves. So yeah, we built the website, we built all the tools that we need. I think marketing is probably the challenge that we have. So that's one main challenge that we are learning as we go along.
Mm-hmm. Ken?
Yeah.
What were some of your challenges at the beginning of this business? I mean, you guys are 1 month old, so you're still in the beginning of the business.
Yeah, I think right now we're saving costs and everything. So I think our products just came about 2 months ago, and we were trying to save costs in terms of like labor and all that. So I pretty much moved like half the container myself up the stairs into the warehouse. So yes, saving costs and running lean.
And actually, also, because you mentioned samples that you're getting all these samples from all over the place, right? Isn't sourcing for the right product a massive challenge as well?
Yeah, it is. We have to deal a lot with all these suppliers, uh, and well, so a lot of them are based in China, right? So when they're based in China, we basically have to talk to them in Mandarin, and neither of us can speak Mandarin. So it gets quite challenging that way. So we have to keep pulling in our in-laws to help with the translation sometimes.
How about the market research about the bedding market here in Malaysia, especially those that are online? Did you have to do a lot of those as well?
We don't actually have anyone who's doing what we are doing, right? So there's no one who actually concentrates on luxury bed sheets. Right now, everyone's looking at, I mean, if you look at the market, most of it is in the 100 ringgit range. And you will get sheets that sound great, but won't last very long, and it will not feel as good as luxury linen. And I think that's where we wanted to come in. We wanted to tackle an area of market which was like completely different from what was out there. In fact, Malaysia is kind of dominated by only a couple of players. And I think they obviously have price control, and they control a lot of things about the market. So although you see like 10 brands out there, they're really controlled by 2 big companies. So you don't actually see that, but that's what you do know after a lot of research. And that's what we wanted to break into.
Okay. Now, how's business been since you started out a month ago? Are you able to make some profits now, Ken?
Well, I think we're preparing to order our second batch already. It's taken off quite nicely. I mean, in terms of like the reviews and all that, we have managed to get quite good reviews. So far, our customers are quite happy. We've had, I think, our first repeat order came in, I think, a couple of days ago. So that's a good sign.
Mm.
And then, we're going to prepare to order our next batch pretty soon.
When you say repeat order, that means what? It's a big bulk order from a hotel or something, or
Yeah, we need no, one scale.
So how did you do the marketing in the beginning? Like, did you sell it to friends and family first, or?
So initially it was friends and family, and then but because we took quite a long time, so it took about a year to get everything out all up and ready and running, right? So our friends were always asking us, hey, where are my sheets? Where are my sheets? So I think at this point we're finally ready to launch. I guess they're quite happy to finally get all their orders in.
Yeah.
Okay.
But I think, yeah, we started with friends and family, but I think soon as you do more marketing and you realize that, hey, there are a lot of people who are actually interested who don't know us, who would like bed sheets. So that's where we started, I guess.
Okay.
but what's so special about, like, seriously? I mean, besides the quality, because I've been checking out the website, it said the labels are carefully thought out, and also it fits a lot better. What does that mean, though?
That is my favorite part about the sheets, right? So you know how you have a king bed, and sometimes the sides, you don't know where you're putting the sides on, so you don't know where's the top, where's the bottom. So
There is
things
a
are
top and
clearly
bottom?
labeled.
The
Yes,
side, yeah.
king beds are not square; they are rectangular,
Okay.
right? So sometimes your sheets go on the wrong way, and that's why it doesn't fit nicely, and sometimes it's a bit loose on some ends. So now we labeled it very clearly, so you don't need to spend any time to refit the bed.
Ah, okay.
Well thought out.
I see, I see. Now has since both of you are in it, has Kapas Living become like a family business? Are your parents involved? Are your spouses involved in the business now too?
Well, we do pull in their help sometimes. Like I've pulled in my brother-in-law for like photo shoots and stuff like that. And then we're pulling in all the resources we can. Like my brother-in-law manages to take pretty good shots, so he's our official photographer and videographer and stuff like that.
What about you, Vin?
Oh, yeah. I mean, the brother-in-law he's talking about is my husband.
All
So,
right.
yes, even my kid is on the website. So we pulled in like everything. Yeah.
Talent as well. My God, child labor.
How about your
He has to pay
parents?
for
Like, are your
himself.
parents involved too?
Well, we will probably use them for like the Mother's Day campaign where we need to use them for like the older shoots.
Actually,
Yeah.
actually, what do they think of it? Your parents, like, we sent you to study this, study that. Now you're doing bed sheets. Do they ever say that or what?
I think they've kind of given up on us a little bit, but I think they're quite supportive actually. I mean, I think they knew how miserable we were working for people and how much happier we are not just working for yourself, right? So yeah, I think I think my dad passed away, so my mom is really supportive of what we do. She helps us, I don't know, she markets our sheets for us
Yeah,
herself,
when she
right? She
goes out
tells all
to
her
meet her
friends.
friends and all. Yeah.
Yeah, so she does marketing for us, and she did the same thing for us with Plush. So yes,
So she's now your chief marketing officer.
she's our biggest cheerleader there. Yeah.
How about your spouses? What did they say when you told them that you wanted to sell bed sheets online?
Well, I think they're really supportive. Well, first things first, they always looked at the numbers and they were like, "Oh, wow, I didn't know that it was like that in the market." And then they felt, "Hey, maybe I have a friend or two who's like this." And then they think about it and then they marinate on it and they say, "Okay, yeah, sure, go ahead. I think this is a great idea and we'll help out." So we've got really good spouses that help us throughout the whole thing. So very grateful for them.
Yeah, the support system is really important if you want to do your own thing, because at the end of the day, there's so many challenges. Like, I mean, with this COVID thing, even Ken and I, we haven't taken salary since I don't know when, just so that we can support and make sure that our staff are happy and we didn't let go a single one.
Mm.
So I think that's really key for us. That's what we're trying to do.
So, because of MCO and everything, and we're going to get into CMCO again, people hanging out at home a lot more. They're going to be working from home. Is that like, hey, actually, that's a good thing for you guys, is it?
Uh, well, it's not so good for Plush, but it's okay for Kapas, right? As long as they shop more online, then that's one way we can tackle the problem.
What's the plan then for Kapas Living moving forward?
So I think our plan is to basically get our name out there and build a really credible brand around it. Basically, we want to have have a brand that stands for really good quality and no marketing gimmicks, and see where else we can branch out to. So maybe take over the bedroom, see what else we can bring inside the bedroom, and maybe elements around the house that people aren't taking care of. Like, yeah, so that's what our plan is.
Vin?
Yeah, I think that kind of summarizes it. We actually tap a lot of knowledge that we have from Plush because we do a lot of interior design for our units, and we do know we source things really cheap. So I think our sourcing capabilities gives people value, and that's something we want to share with everyone.
Okay.
Now, I know you hate all these marketing ploys that all these other companies use, right? But now everybody seems to be going green, sustainable, and whatnot. Are you planning to go that way as well? That means your sheets are maybe the cotton is sourced from a very environmentally friendly supplier and stuff like this.
So our sheets are actually I think you brought that up. What we're actually doing is our sheets are Oecotex 100 standards. So meaning when they reach you and your family, they are chemical free. So in that sense, they are environmentally friendly. So they reach you and it's safe for you to bring and share with your kids and family, that kind of thing. So in terms of chemicals, it's chemical free. Yeah.
Okay. And they're and they last longer too, so you don't need to keep buying new sheets.
Yes, that is a problem for like further down the line, but yes, our sheets are designed to last longer, and they are made from like extra long. That's why extra long staple is so important, because the longer the fibers, the longer the materials last.
But I don't know how well the HR ministry is going to be, because people will spend more time in bed and then they won't be as productive at work, though, wouldn't it? Right? Are you?
Yeah.
Are you?
I don't know. You end up working from the bed, right? So you end up working in bed.
That would be the dream, working in bed. Now, what's your advice then? Maybe we start with Vin for struggling small businesses out there in this difficult time.
Well, I think is to put your head down. And I think the key is really to get as much help as you need and as you can. So there are a lot of resources out there which we've tapped. We've got great investors who believe in us, who have supported us throughout. And then we've also, we've tapped, obviously the government has been quite supportive and has given out quite a lot of help. So we have benefited a bit from that. So yes, there's a lot of avenues that you can do, because the truth is when this is over and when we can all come out from our homes, I think things will be very good for the people who survive. So there's a lot of opportunity out there for all businesses after this is over. And if you can make it through it, and although yes, it's tough now, but if you can make it through it, you'll come up much stronger.
How about you, Ken?
Yeah, I agree completely. Right. I think the most important thing right now is to survive. Make sure you don't go bust, and if you can, try find other avenues of revenue that actually work during this COVID period. So yeah, I think most importantly you survive, and then you make it through to the end of the tunnel.
Oh, weather the storm, is it?
Yeah.
Yeah, exactly right.
Well, I know earlier, Ken, you said that you didn't like marketing gimmicks, but JD and I have actually recorded a radio ad for Kapas Living. And I think
Sweet.
it's quite gimmicky. We're gonna play it for the both of you right now. Have a listen to this.
Oh my god, look at these sheets. I just bought them. They're horrible.
You've really got to get better quality ones.
But where can I get them? They're all usually so expensive.
Well, not always. You just need to know where to get them.
How do you know so much about bedding?
I like bed sheets and I cannot lie. Quality are the sheets I buy. I don't go for the ones with an itty-bitty threads. I only go for cotton. Upgrade!
Life's too short for bad sheets. You deserve better. Kapas sheets are made from 100% extra long cotton fibers with fitted sheet sets from as low as 151 ringgit. Find out more at kapasliving.com.
Kapas got sheets.
Oh, that's really, really good. Thanks, guys.